So I thought we'd do an early morning garden tour. And Mom is down here, there she is, picking raspberries. So what we've done already, I'll have to change directions because of the sun. So let me do that and we'll continue the tour. So here's that triangle bed. I've got it half dug out. I'm going to take it down this fall. I've been working on our fireplace inside. I got the fireplace tiled. I just have to grout it, so then I can get back in the garden. These are all canes that have grown this year. And they have grown from this really nice plant here. So these ones are doing not bad, but this one had really nice big berries on it. So I plan on transplanting some of these into here because we need more. And if I can, I'm gonna break up that big clump at the end. And they have gotten very tall. So I will this fall cut them off at, you know, where I can reach, because it's no sense having it any higher. I have to get the old T-posts out of here because I have the new wires in, and I just got it. I made a mistake and I had to take the board off down at the other end. And when I brought it back out to put it out, I'm like, why is this so long? And what I did is I put the board in upside down. So I ended up adding a little cable at this end, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to cut this one down. But all I have to do is switch the board, so we'll get that done. But I really like how it is set up now. These are the summer ones, and I have already gone in here and pulled out the canes that bore fruit this year. And then, of course, we have our fall ones. We've got lots of light again. Change directions. There we go. We have our fall ones that are coming on. These ones are shorter in the front, because I got them transplanted late, so it took them a while to get established. But there are lots of berries on it. We need to get out here and pick. And then we have my crazy, crazy bed here. I planted cucumbers, and I planted too many, and they got planted late as well, but was gonna see what we could get. And these are my Titus. They're a Ukrainian cucumber. Mom was just down here picking, so I don't think I'm gonna find anything. We'll check on the other side. Oh, and then one plant gives us these squat little round cucumbers. Don't know why. But I have tomatoes planted on the trellis. And so I now have, I mean, look at these tomatoes. They're just coming on really, really nice. So I have a mixture of cucumbers and tomatoes in here. And then in here is where my other tomatoes are. We've picked a bunch of our big beef. So we don't have a whole lot hanging here. But there, and we got more. I mean, there's more. And this is a pineapple. I don't think I'm going to grow the pineapple next year. You get a lot of this, I'm finding. And it's a very mild flavored tomato, and we really like the big beef. So for big ones, the only one I'll be planting next year are my big beefs. But over here, this side had gotten planted later because this is where I had the peas growing. And, oh, I'm going to show you. So I have lots of those, lots of little cucumbers coming. Next year we'll have a total different plan for where we're going to plant our cucumbers, how many I'm going to plant, etc. But we do have lots and lots of tomatoes coming here. And it's starting to go up and over. And I've been so busy, I haven't been out here pruning them like I should. And then over here, I have my cherry tomatoes that are growing, and I need to get out here and pick. Those ones are coming on fast and furious. More of my Bellatrix tomatoes. And then these here, I believe they are, what is it, Orange Rossini or Orange Russo, can't remember, from M.R. Gardner. The flavor is really, really good. And it's got a really nice flavor, but tough skins. I don't know if that's normal or not, So as an eating tomato, I don't like it, but we threw a bunch of them in our tomato sauce. All right, let's go over to another bed. I forgot down here, in between two of the trellises, I have carrots, but I need to get in here and thin them because they're in here really close. And I haven't had in, whoa, let's see. You know, so now they're getting to, they're a nice little carrot. Like these, I love chewing on these ones. They're really good. So yeah, I got to get in here, thin it, and we'll go from there. Now you don't always get successes. There's a bunch of failures you have too. And these are my Megan ripes. And I had saved them from some tomatoes that, it was like the end, it's the year we had that really, really hot. We were like 46 degrees. And so the tomatoes stopped growing. And so I saved seeds off of almost a green tomato. And all I've gotten is little tomatoes. So I'm really disappointed because there should have been like 3 to a clump. So I won't be saving seeds from these, and it was a loss. I've got this kind of shaded, and there are my midget cantaloupe. And these are, oh man, they're bigger than softball size now, which is really nice. So just waiting for those to ripen. I did another failure, really. I mean, this plant produced a bunch, but I had, oh, a ladybug. Okay. But I have them all along here. And I have some little fruit. Oh, I didn't even notice. I do have some more in here. Okay, so there's more in here. But I got them in here so late this year. And of course, that one's not going to make it. Because they got lots of flowers. If we had another month of sunshine we were going to get, that would be good. But it's not going to happen. But what was it I had planted here? I had something else planted here, and it just wasn't getting enough sun, so it didn't grow like I was hoping it would grow. But live and learn. And then, whoa, seeds are going. And then I let this lettuce go to seed, and I've been so busy I haven't been out here to pick it. Oops, there. I do have seed, so I do need to get out here and pick what I do have, and we'll see what happens. And then here is the tunnel. Isn't that cool? So again, plant it late, but you can see I got the beans are coming. And then, because I planted cucumbers over here, it's a little wild and woolly, but you can see I've got, whoops, I got lots of pickling cucumbers coming, and hoping that we can plant some, or can some that are just a bit bigger than this. I like that. So what we're going to have though is our cucumbers growing in with our beans. Oh, but I got to get out here and harvest. So yeah, I'm going to have to do that today. We've still got flowers coming. And what's today? Today is the 1st of September. So yeah, so there we go. Let's keep going. See what I mean? We have a few odd-shaped cucumbers. And now these are really good just to eat as well. But yeah, we've had a couple plants that have put out round cucumbers. And so here's the other side of this wild and woolly bed. And so we still have lots of flowers coming, etc. We'll see what happens. And I can see cucumbers. And then this is an empty bed. This is where I had my broccoli, cauliflower, stuff like that. And the reason it's empty is I'm hoping to dig up crowns of our asparagus. Don't know if it's the right time of year to do it or not, but I'm going to do it because we haven't had success. And I'm going to plant them in here and see if we get better success. Oh, and then here is our wild and woolly blackberries. Look at this. Doesn't that look great? Now these are a bit smaller than they were a while ago. Oh, that's right. So I'll have to get down here and pick these up, or pick them. But we're going to do the same thing we did with the raspberry bushes. I'll put in posts and put cross posts on it, and we'll get this stuff up. All right, here's my bed of snapdragons. I had plans this year of getting them out into the cut garden, but then of course I got sick. But the interesting thing is these were all supposed to be single stems, and they have changed. And as you can see, it's a mess, but I have multi-stems. So yeah, so they keep coming, and they've been coming for, man, weeks now. And I need to get in here and prune some of them up. But I mean, look at these. these will give us, these ones haven't flowered yet, so I'm still going to get flowers off of those. And then here's just a pot of flowers in front of the potting shed. Let's check out the greenhouse. Finally got the screen door on to keep all the insects and everything out and any critters. And here's our Roma tomatoes. And then over here I have eggplants, and I can see an eggplant in there, I think. Let's see. Yeah, there it is, right there. We've got an eggplant. I do not have a lot of success with eggplants. And then we have pickling cucumbers in here that we've been picking for months now. Mom's canned a lot of them. And then I've got bunching onions over here. I do not know why I do not have a success with English cucumbers. It is what it is. But we got more big beef, and these are all coming, like anything tall in here is coming out. I want to get fall stuff planted in here. And then I've got this pretty dahlia, but I got to show you something. Look at this dahlia. I have purple flowers on it, and I have yellow flowers on it. So not sure what happened there. And then down here are onions that we picked. And they're not quite, there's still greenery on it. So I'll give it a few more days and then I will string those up. But we've also been using these onions. Like there you can tell that's a great big one. We got some teeny tiny ones, but over here, like we got some really nice onions. But we've been using them in our salsa and our, well, just different things that we've been cooking, we've been using them. And it's just been too hot in the greenhouse for stuff to grow. Now these are pink taggers. They're too soft, don't like them. So I've got lots of basil in here that we'll be using in our spaghetti sauce, which we're going to be planting this week. But by the end of this week, all the tall stuff will be out of here. The tomatoes, the Bellatrix tomatoes will still be in here. And but yeah, we got to get out here and harvest. But let me show you our biggest and most beautiful Bellatrix. I got to show you our rock garden, and right now you can't see, they're not open because they close at night. But here is all of our, and why did I just forget the name? Portulaca. That's it. Here's all our Portulaca. These are all self-seeded. Mom had tried to pull them all out last year. We were going to plant something else. But the fact is we don't have time to do anything in here in this garden. So we'll collect seeds and we'll put them into the few blank spots that didn't get anything. Oh, and over here this week I am putting in 1 or 2 garden beds in here, so we'll get that done this week. Okay, so we're up in the poolside, and let's get my shadow out of the way. Herb garden's growing pretty good, except I need to cut the chives back. We've been getting quite a few strawberries off our plants. And also next week will be the job of pulling out little trees. And here is my Mexican red beans. They're starting to dry. And then down here we have zucchini. Got it in late, but you can see right there we got another one coming, and we're preserving those. And then look at look at these tomatoes. Let's get it in the shadow. You can see they are, like, these are big Roma tomatoes. And I'm going to save seeds. They are hybrid, but I'm going to put them in a special bed and see what we can get out of it. So we have a lot of tomatoes up here to come and pick. And they are beautiful and they are ripe and ready to go. And then in here, we have a few jalapenos left over, but we've harvested them because we used them in our, can't see it, they're just tiny. Our weather was weird this year, but those were hot. And then I've got a few tomatillas left. Here's one. They're just starting to fill back out and grow again, so I'm hoping to get enough to just do a fresh eat, and because we've already canned from it. And then there's our corn that Nugget is checking out, and it is tall. I'm not sure what this variety is in the front. Won't grow it again. The corn was not flavorful, but it was at the point I needed seeds and couldn't find any. Behind it, we had planted, what was it, peaches and cream, and oh, it was so good. And we froze 30 cups of that, so that was pretty good. Okay, let's just get up there. Our rhubarb is huge. I should have probably picked it about 2 weeks ago, but it is what it is. And then our blueberries bushes, I need to get up here and top them up, and then I need to, oh, we got another weed growing in them. I need to fertilize them. This is one thing that I do, fertilize. And of course we've got the plastic all around here now, and it sure saves on weeds. Happy about that. Now, this bed here, we have just been throwing our weeds and stuff on it. It is actually going to become, I'm getting down on the ground here. It's actually going to become a second corn bed. So this is where we originally had our asparagus planted, and then we moved our asparagus into that bed. It just has not grown well, and I think it's because of the clay soil underneath. So this one, I'm actually going to make it higher. And then we're going to put a lot of compost in it. We'll put compost in, mix it into this sucky soil, and then put more compost on. And then next year we're going to plant corn here. So we'll actually have 2 beds of corn. So I'm going to get in here in the next, oh, who knows. My luck, it'll be in 2 weeks. Get in here, pull all the corn out, and then we are going to top it up, because I can put another 6 inches of compost in here. So somewhere in there are like 25, 30 asparagus plants, and they just did not come up in the spring. They were these spindly little plants, and some of them are, what, 3 years old now? Others would be 2 years old. So when the corn comes out, I am going to try to find the crowns for the asparagus, and that's what I'm going to move down to the bed below. So when the corn comes out, I'm going to try to find the asparagus crowns, and that's what's going to go into the empty beds below. I don't know if it's a good time to transplant it or not, but it is what it is, and we're going to try. I mean, we're not getting anything anyhow, and so we planted corn here so we didn't have an empty garden bed all summer long. And I'm really glad we did, because man, the corn, this peaches and cream was so good. Okay, I forgot to show you on my way up. So all along here we have weed suppressant fabric, and then lumber tarps from the lumber yard in town, just to stop the weeds. I mean, it was just crazy. My plan is to put some flower beds along the edge here, use up the spaces that I have, and next spring this will be a place that I want to try to make it look better and pretty and stuff like that. But everything takes time. But let me take you down to the future flower garden. So here's our flowers that we have just in what was our apple tree, what we called the apple tree garden. We're gonna put in a flower bed along the fence, because the soil is just so sucky here. I did trench it, but we haven't had good growth, so I'm gonna put a bed in there. And this winter was hard on fruit here in the Okanagan. No soft fruit this year, no peaches, apricots, hardly any cherries, and our little apple tree got hit hard. So like this is all dead and dead. So it's sad to say, but I'm gonna cut it out this fall. And Mom's pruned it, and the apples are falling off, and they're just tiny. So it's time to go and plant something else there. But here's the beginnings of my flower garden. And I didn't get it all done this year. Again, I was sick. It happens. But I mean, I've started. I have 4 rows of holes here, and next year that will be all sunflowers. This year I need to get my glads out somewhere, so they got planted here. But I mean, just look at them. They are so pretty. There's a bee. The bees are just loving it in here. So I have sunflower and glads. My glads are falling over because I don't have them. I mean, next year I'll have netting up so they don't fall over. Oh, I have to show you. Let's see if we can get it on camera. These, oh yeah, but will it come on camera? I don't know. These glads actually have a glitter on them. They are so, so pretty. And I mean, look at these beautiful purple ones. And the bees and stuff are just all over them. I have lots and lots coming, and I just love sunflowers. They're so cheerful and happy, and yeah, so really, really, really happy. We've got these ones here that still haven't come. They're just budding up now, so those will be a later sunflower for us. I did do some succession planting, and then we have these stupid wild geraniums, and of course they found all the holes. I need to get up here and get them pulled out. Now, a success slash failure. These are calla lilies, and what I did is I saved seeds off of calla lily. Say, oh yay, let's try this, and planted them, and seed started them, and they came up like crazy. Then I did some more research and found out it takes 2 to 3 years before you actually get flowers on them. So they're here now. I'll see if I get any little bulbs. I might keep a few, but I don't have the time or room to grow these out for 2 to 3 years. But just look at this. Isn't that pretty? And then I've got my dahlias, which as well I did not get netted. And I got to get out here and prune them. But I've got some really pretty. I mean, look at those. They are just gorgeous. I love these little red ones. These ones here, they're like about 2 inches across, and they are so great to stick in a bouquet. And I mean, just look at, now this one's, I don't know why this one's so short. It's not supposed to be, but look at them. I mean, they're just so pretty, but got to get in here. Just the last of it. Here's Dad's gardens. The delphiniums are coming back. I mean, they were just beautiful this spring, huge, but you get a second flush with them, so it's really nice. It gets that color. And then we've got the roses, and here I had 3 calla lilies here, beautiful yellow ones. Don't know what happened. There was one here, it's gone. We have to mow. We've been so busy canning and doing everything else. And then here's our last flower garden, our last part of our tour. Look at those sunflowers. I mean, that one sunflower, probably close to 15 feet, 5, 10, no, not that high, maybe 10 feet. I'm trying to figure out how high the fence is. Yeah, it's probably 10 feet. These are my sunflowers, Steve sunflowers. I have some in the other garden, and in the other garden they're smaller. Here they have gone crazy, just growing like crazy. And as you can tell, these ones have curled around. So I think what it is I have them spaced too far. I don't have other sunflowers close to them. It's just a single row, and they've just growing like crazy. And yeah, so this is what this garden looks like. And I've got my Gerber daisies that are growing. These are short ones. I thought they were tall, but they just started again. I haven't had anything for about 6 weeks. So I'm happy about that. So that's it for the garden. So that's it for our garden tour today. I know it's been a long time. I've got a couple of videos on the work showing how I made the fireplace, but right now Mom and I are going out to forage for greenery. We have an order for a, what do you call it, a flower arrangement. That's what it is. So we're gonna hit the road before it gets too warm and go and pick a bunch of greenery and then come back and do arrangements. So keep an eye out for that video. It may actually come out before this video, but we have some beautiful flowers to put in the arrangement, so we'll see what happens. But thanks for visiting my mini homestead, and hopefully it won't be so long till I get other videos out now. Things are settling down a bit. I have a lot of work to get done out here in the garden, so I better get to it. So bye for now from my mini homestead. Make sure and give it a thumbs up. Helps with all those, what do you call them, algorithms and stuff. And share it with some friends. And we'll see you around in the next video. Bye for now from my mini homestead.